We're back with Eric Eaks. He's the Director of Fine Arts for College Station ISD. And I thought I'd be remiss if I didn't do a segment on leadership. Eric Eaks is a fantastic leader, and I want to get him to talk about his leadership philosophy. I think that's something that we can all work on, is improving our leadership skills and our leadership style. So what makes a good leader?
Well, boy, that's a big question. To me, the first thing that comes to my mind when it comes to leadership, and especially leadership with students, is, are you doing everything in the best interest and for the best interest of your kids? I think if you're doing that, you're already going to be, moving yourself and moving your program in the right direction. Always putting kids first. When it comes to making choices that are thoughtful and are valid and benefit the education and the instruction of the students that you teach. I just don't think you can go wrong with any of that. And I think that that's where your core and that's where your foundation of leadership has to be. You also have to have a great vision for the program. You have to know what you want to do. You have to show vision. You have to show direction. You have to be open and honest with all of your stakeholders, your students, your parents, your other administration, and other school district folks. You have to have that kind of vision. But again, I think it just all stems back to, are you doing what's best for the kids?
Some people think that you have to be an administrator to be a leader. And I don't think that's correct. I mean, you're the leader of your classroom, right? Mm-hmm. But just as far as other opportunities maybe on your campus or in your school district, are there other leadership projects that you could take on to help with your professional development or your leadership development?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm sure that every campus, has a different thought process, when it comes to committees and organizations, but I would just make yourself as open as much as you can to being more tied in to your school, to other organizations within your school. Ask lots of questions. Ask, how can I help? Hey, what do y'all need? Just make yourself as open as you can. Be as present as you can for those types of opportunities, because that will get you much more plugged in to the school and to the overall district, and that's going to make it better for you professionally. It's going to make it better for your program. It's going to give your program a whole lot more exposure too, I think.
Some people watching this, they might be thinking maybe they could go on into administration, be a department chair or AP or maybe even a fine arts director one day. I guess if you're choosing that route, how do you know if that's going to be a good fit for you?
Well, that's kind of a tough question, just because, everybody has a different path, everybody has a different goal and a different vision, but I can speak to why I chose this. I just wanted to be able to impact and to help, more people, colleagues, and then students at a much greater level than what I was doing. So I found, moving into administration was a great calling and a great opportunity for that. I just wanted to impact more students and more programs, to try to promote the visibility and the exposure and the quality content that our fine arts programs offer. So that was kind of my reason, But I think everybody has different reasons and different thoughts behind it. But mine was just to try to promote and elevate the programs. I can say it's not an easy job. I can definitely say that for sure. And I can say that I absolutely miss teaching kids, every single day. I really, really do. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to have a greater impact. So that's really about all I can say.
You were giving advice to somebody who wanted to take on an administration role. What can they start doing to prepare themselves for that? How can they start tweaking their resumes and like I'm sure you're going to need some certifications and stuff like that too.
Sure. I would try to begin serving on committees as much as you possibly can. If you have the opportunity to become a department head or chair, maybe at your school, that's a great first step. Also, make yourself known and available to your campus admin and maybe your district level admin too, about saying, hey, I think I'm interested in this. Just wanted to let you know. They can probably help guide you too, as far as maybe, opportunities to serve, on various campus committees or even district level committees too. You don't necessarily have to have admin certification, but I think especially if you are interested in being a fine arts director, it's probably better to have it than not to have it. There are lots of options. Like with me, I already had my master's degree in a music-based activity, so I opted to get my administrator's certification only. I did it through Lamar University. It was all online. It was very good. It was very, very doable. But I would suggest for sure trying to get certification if you can. That's going to be a very good option for you. I think for sure you need to have your master's degree too, for sure.
Okay. Do you feel like that certification program prepared you pretty well for this job?
I do. I do. I think the biggest thing or the biggest knowledge piece that I gained from the certification program was, prior, I had no idea really about school finance. I did not have, much of an idea as far as what title funds were or how they can be used. And so that certification program, which it was about a 9-month process, that gave me a great knowledge as far as how that works. The other side of the program just really dealt with a whole lot of leadership things, but being a classroom, music teacher especially, we do that all the time. So that was already something that was being offered within the program that I already had a pretty good foundation with. So it was just nothing more than just a pure reinforcement of those skills. But the financial side of things and the title funding and all that, I did not have much of a foundation with at all, just because that was not my background. So that was super helpful.
You should maybe try being a department chair for a while, and then you'll figure out pretty quickly, well, hey, I really don't like meetings and I don't like paperwork, and maybe this isn't for me. Or, hey, I'm really digging this. Maybe I want to do more of this kind of thing.
If those leadership opportunities come your way, take them. Because that's going to be your first step towards, maybe moving into some sort of an admin role. Those are also great things to put down, maybe not necessarily on your resume, just because you're trying to keep that a little bit more, compact and concise. But all of those opportunities are something great to put down onto your CV.
Mr. Eaks, thanks for coming in and chatting with us.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
All right.
We'll see you next time.